The library was quiet, as it always was in the late afternoon. Sunlight slanted through the tall windows, dust motes dancing lazily in its glow. Roscoe and the bunnies were finishing their reading. Berry was engrossed in tales of knights in armour, jousting on horseback, then feasting and singing. Floyd was studying the tiny illustrations of local meadow flowers with a magnifying glass, and Caratina was perched in the window seat, absorbed in her cookery book, picturing the cakes she would bake. Millie Moonbeam whispered questions to Roscoe, curious about the monster truck story he was reading. Tracy Windleshanks, the librarian, appeared with a gentle smile. "Time to close soon, bunnies," she said. "Please gather your belongings carefully." The bunnies rose and tidied their reading spots, carefully stacking books and sliding creaky chairs back into place. Near the door, the hooks held their little coats, lined up neatly as usual. Berry's eyes caught a soft blue coat lying draped over a hook a little apart from the others. It was the right size and looked very inviting. Without thinking, he slipped it over his paws. "All ready for the walk home?" he called, giving a small wiggle. Roscoe glanced over, seeing only a snug coat on Berry's shoulders. "Excellent," he said. "Let's go slowly and enjoy the afternoon air." Outside, the village lane smelled faintly of damp autumn leaves and the warm bread baking in Nash's bakery. The hedges rustled with scurrying blackbirds, and the breeze carried the gentle sound up into the trees. The bunnies wandered together, pausing to watch a sparrow loop through the air or to smell the rosemary growing along the cobbled lane. "Isn't this a fine day?" Roscoe murmured. "Soft, warm enough and perfect for noticing small things." Berry nodded, happy with the walk, the coat, and the soft sunlight. He didn't realize anything was amiss as they reached the cottage, the golden glow of evening bathing the windows. Inside, they hung up their coats in their usual neat row. Berry stepped back and blinked. Something felt odd. His lavender coat, the one he always wore, wasn't there. He glanced along the hooks. Oh no," he whispered. "I think I've taken someone else's coat from the library." Roscoe crouched to Berry's level. "Ah, I see. That happens sometimes," he said calmly. "We can make it right. Let's think about the best way." Berry's ears drooped. "I didn't mean to. I just got carried away with the walk and the sunlight. I didn't notice until now." Floyd tilted his head. "Is this the coat? It's about the right size, but it's not the same shade of blue as yours." Berry nodded slowly. "Yes, it was a little apart from the others. I think it belonged to another library visitor." Caratina's eyes brightened. "We can return it tomorrow. We'll knock on the door and explain what happened." Berry's whiskers twitched. "Oh, okay. That sounds like the right thing to do. Oh, I do want to return it so." The bunnies settled into the sitting room with glasses of elderflower cordial sipped through curly straws. Raider Biscuits brought in a few cress sandwiches, but Berry couldn't bring himself to nibble one. "Cheer up, Berry," said Roscoe. "Your whiskers are all a droop, like week old parsley. We'll soon have everything right as rain. It's only a small mistake, and can be fixed now we've noticed what's happened. The owner of the coat will have told Tracy Windleshanks, And maybe they took your coat home to keep cosy on the way. I'm sure you'll get yours back tomorrow too." The next morning, after a breakfast of tea, walnuts and figs, and a quiet check of the sky, the bunnies set out together. Berry carried the blue coat folded neatly over his arm. He smoothed it once or twice as they walked, just to be sure it was tidy. It just didn't feel right wearing it. The library door was already open when they arrived. Inside, the air smelled faintly of paper and polish, and Tracy Windleshanks looked up from her desk with a knowing smile. "Oh, good," she said softly. "I was hoping you'd pop by." Berry stepped forward and held out the coat. "I took this by mistake yesterday," he said. "I'm very sorry." "That's quite all right," said Tracy Windleshanks. "The owner noticed your lavender coat hanging up, and noticed his was missing. He left your coat with me for safekeeping." She reached beneath the desk and lifted Berry's familiar coat, warm and folded just so. Berry's ears perked up at once. "Oh," he said, the relief spreading through him like buttery sunshine. "Thank you." Coats were exchanged, with smiles all round, and everything felt settled again. As they stepped back into the lane, Berry gave his coat a small tug and smiled. It felt exactly right. All was snug. All was well. Night-night.